I think. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wa in tanahnaha. He cleared his throat, like you said. Now, this would be applicable to anybody. Let's see what they say here. If a person, whether you're the Imam or not the Imam or nothing, right? You may in Salah, you may وَإِن تَنَحْنَحَ. A person cleared his throat بِغَيْرِ أُذْرٍ, without an excuse. بأن لم يكن مدفوعا إليه. To such an extent, he was not forced to do it. One is like you the qari', you the Imam. So you clear your throat for tahsin al-sawt. That's different. Tahsin means to beautify your voice, right? Yeah, itchy or whatever, and now you won't be able to read properly. So بأن لم يكن مدفوعا إليه. So to make a sound in salat, like that, right, whatever. بأن لم يكن مدفوعا إليه. وحصل به الحروف. And in the process of clearing your throat, you can say like certain, like you can say letters came out. If you add up all the sound, it can add up like to 2 letters or more. That's what it's saying. Right, like that, right. وحصل بالحروف ينبغي أن يفسد عندهما. Then it is appropriate that the salat will become fasid according to Sahibain. And there are 2 syllables, and they are not from the huruf al-zawaid. They're not from the huruf al-zawaid, the huruf al-asliya. Then it will nullify the salat. So same thing saying. Right, ينبغي أن يفسد عندهما وإن كان بعذر. But if it was for a reason, like I told you, Anas, you are the qari' with the Imam. So you clear your throat, right? You say, you clear your throat. وإن كان بعذر, right? فإن كان بعذر فهو عفو, that is forgiven. كالعطاس. Al-itas, like somebody, this is what? Itas is what? Person who sneezes, and as a result of the sneeze, some words came out. وَالْجُثَاءِ. And Jutha is a person, maybe he passed wind from on top, broke wind, right? إِذَا حُصِّلَ بِهِ حُرُوفٌ. Even though letters come out, still it won't be break, it will not nullify the salah, because he had a valid reason to do that, right? So this refer to anybody, a woman reading salat at home, a man, musalli, reading faraz namaz, reading nafil namaz, doesn't matter, right? Carry on. Okay, that one is pretty simple. You can tell me, explain to me what's وَمَنْ عَطَّسَ فَقَالَ لَوْ آخَرٌ يَرْحَمُكَ اللَّهُ وَفِي الصَّلَاةِ فَسَدَتْ صَلَاتُهُ. How do? Right. Why? Because this is from Kalamun Nas. You are speaking to somebody. We say, Yarhamukallah. وَمَنْ أَطَسَ, who sneezed. See what they say online. Yeah. وَمَنْ أَطَسَ, who sneezed. فَقَالَ لَهُ آخَرٌ, another person said, Yarhamukallahu, may Allah Ta'ala show mercy upon you. وَهُوَ فِي الصَّلَاةِ, while he is in salat. It means the person who is making the dua, right? وَهُوَ فِي فَسَدَتْ صَلَاتُهُ, the salat of the person making dua will become fasid. Carry on. Right, لأنه يجري في مخاطبات الناس, because this is like from addressing somebody. What are you doing? You are addressing somebody. You are addressing somebody. It falls in the ambit of addressing somebody. فَكَانَ مِنْ كَلَامِهِمْ, so it's as though you are speaking to them. فَكَانَ مِنْ كَلَامِهِمْ, as though you are speaking to them. Carry on. Yeah. So, but see, the person who sneezes himself, the person who sneezes himself, بخلاف ما إذا قال العاطس. The artist said, أو right. إذا قال أو استمع, or the person who heard the person saying, said, Alhamdulillah, all praises due to Allah Ta'ala. Right? Ala ma qalu, according to what the fuqaha say, because here you're not addressing somebody directly. You're not addressing somebody, because you're not addressing somebody directly. It could be understood to be a dhikr. What could it be understood to be a dhikr? It is not kalam. It is not kalam. So you're not addressing somebody directly. So it could be like a dhikr. So a dhikr will nullify the salah. بخلاف إذا ما قال العاطس أو السامع الحمد لله على ما قالوا لأنه لم يتعارف جوابا, because this is not like saying Alhamdulillah. It is not a jawab, an answer to somebody, etc. It's not like speaking to somebody, right? Okay, read the next one. Right. وإن استفتح ففتح عليه في صلاته تفسد. ومعنى أن يفتح المصلي على غير إمامه. See if you can work that one out there. See if you can work it out. See if you can work it out. Maybe the online people can work it out and tell us what happened there. Anybody? What he's saying there is this here. Two people are reading separately namaz. Two people are reading separately namaz. It's not in the same salah. Maybe you reading your sunnahs day and you reading your farahs day, he's reading his farahs day separately. Or you reading your sunnahs day, he's reading sunnahs day. Or you reading your tarawih day, he's reading his tarawih separately there, right? So then you got stuck and you waited for that man to correct you. And then he corrected you, that man. See, وَإِنِ اسْتَفْتَحَ, you sought correction. فَفَتَحَ عَلَيْهِ فِي صَلَاتِهِ, then he corrected him in his salat. تَفْسُدُ, his salat will become fasid. Ma'ana, what this means here is أَن يَفْتَحَ الْمُصَلِّ عَلَى غَيْرِ إِمَامِهِ. أَن يَفْتَحَ الْمُصَلِّ عَلَى غَيْرِ إِمَامِهِ. That the musalli corrected not his own imam. He corrected another imam, right? He was reading his own salah. Or maybe there was two jamaats, maybe he was following another imam here. But he decided to correct that imam there, right? Why? Because this is ta'limun wa ta'allumun. You are teaching somebody something. If you were with him in the salah, that means you were correcting his salah. But you're not with him in the salah, you're in a different salah. So لأنه تعليم وتعلم. It is تعليم وتعلم. فكان من كلام الناس. So this is considered teaching somebody something. It is not from إصلاح الصلاة. It is from كلام الناس. Right. ثم شرط التكرار في الأصل. Asl is Mabsood, one of the Zahiri riwayat books, where they say, in that kitab, they say it mustn't happen one time, it will happen 2 or 3 times. And what is the reasoning why they say? They say, look here, look at me 1 second. You see, for Salah to break, there must be Amal Kathir. And one ta'rif of Amal Kathir is it must happen 3 times or more. If anything happens lesser than 3 times, it is not Amal Kathir. It must happen 3 times or more. Then it is Amal Kathir. ثم شرط التكرار في الأصل. So in Asal Mabsood is mentioned that 3 times something like this was happened before it will that a person corrects besides his imam, right? لأنه ليس من أعمال الصلاة, because this is not أعمال الصلاة, because he's not the muqtadi, right? لأنه ليس من عمل فيؤفل قليل منه. So if it's lesser than 3 times, it's a little bit, and a little will be forgiven. You understood that? Carry on. Yeah. Because he's not from the Amal al-Salah, فيؤفل قليل عنه, so a little will be forgiven. Right? Carry on. ولم يشترط في الجامع الصغير. In جامع الصغير, the condition is not there that it must be a lot, it must be few times, right? لأن الكلام, because they say, look here, kalam, when you speak something in salah which is not part of salah, it don't have to happen 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Even if it happened 1 time, that is enough, it's good enough to break the salah. لأن الكلام بنفسه قاطع, because kalam in itself it will break the salah. وإن قل, even though it is a little, even though it is a little. Carry on. فتح على إمامه لم يكن إحسانا لأنه مضطر إلى إصلاح صلاته معنا وينوي الفتح على إمامه دون قراءته. Right. That way you correct your own imam. ومن فتح وإن فتح على إمامه لم يكن كلاما استحسانا. Remember I told you istihsan is where you go beyond normal logic. What you do? You go beyond normal logic and you look deeper. So وإن فتح على إمامه, if he corrected his own imam, you are the musalli of the imam, لم يكن كلاما استحسانا, it will not be kalam istihsanan. You won't consider kalam. وَلِأَنَّهُ مُضْطَرٌ. Is correct. Part of the actions of G. This question is mentioned here, correcting somebody in وإن افتتح على إمامي لم يكن كلاما إحسانا. Yeah. That must be about 3 times and more. That refers to where you are not a musalli of the imam. You're correcting another imam. So according to one opinion, there, if it happened 1 time, it's finished because it is kalamun nas. According to other opinion, you consider it like normal amal. And amal is when it's amal kathir, it happens 3 times, right? Not correct. It's also not. It's also like ta'lim and ta'allum. You can only be corrected by somebody in the salah. The salah will also break. Carry on. Right. لأنه مضطر إلى إصلاح صلاته because he's been forced to correct his salah. فكان هذا من أعمال الصلاة معنى. So معنى means technically speaking it is like part of the salah, right? Carry on. Yeah. So when you correct your imam وينوي الفتح إلى إمامه دون القراءة والصحيح, he will intend in his mind when he corrects his imam, he will intend وينوي الفتح that he is correcting the imam دون القراءة. He will not intention that he's doing qiraat, because I remember we discussed this in detail before. The muqtadi don't do qiraat. The muqtadi don't do qiraat. Remember, وإذا قرئ القرآن فاستمعوا له وأنصتوا لعلكم ترحمون, right? لأنه مرخص فيه, because he is permitted to correct فيه, وقراءة ممنوع عنه, but he has been prohibited from making قراءات. He has been prohibited from making قراءات. Okay, I think time is up. We stop there. This is pretty simple. We'll continue tomorrow inshallah. سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.